that you keep that red on because of your complexion, that brings out. And Mr. Marco got yellow, and you're going to take it off and probably put on yellow. Just so everybody know, this is a real Shark Tank audition. This has nothing to do with martial arts. What we're trying to push is Point MMA featuring Crazy Fit. We're trying to push that as look at UFC, look at Mud Run, and all that. It's my job to convince these people that this is the next biggest thing as UFC. All we need is somebody to put enough money for people to become real employees of just Point MMA. This has nothing to do with BAMS. This is Point MMA, a business that has the potential to be the next biggest thing for the martial arts industry. This is the next big thing for traditional martial arts schools and fitness for kids and the whole family. We focused on Point MMA, licensing, schools, and competition where competitors and champions and promoters and everybody can get paid, and you got a staff that just like you have here, you got a staff, an office person that gets paid to run the daily operations of this, and they can see that this can be the Little League, just like in NFL. When they got Little League, NFL football, Point MMA is that for the UFC. That's what we selling. We got to convince them that, and the problem, and the convention is not really a big deal. But from the close, when we walk in, I guarantee you nobody else is prepared as what we have. That's why when we walk in, we got 1 minute. 1 minute's nothing. But the difference is the talent is the thing that got to whelm them because they don't know anything about martial arts. They never seen all that. They never seen the tournament stuff. As far as they concerned, is what you see in UFC. All they concerned with is how are you going to make whatever you're presenting something to skyrocket our ratings on TV before we take you from here to a live showing. The backdrop story of jail and all of this being $20 and everything is probably one of the biggest stories they could ever have on that show because it takes everything back to the realness, the streets. Just watch everything on TV.
Start with a couple jumping jacks. Do a little like 10-minute spurt, like, warm up or something,
I wanted to be a champion, but everybody else wanted to be a teacher when they was a little kid. But at the master food, and that's why I want to be a champion. God bless it.
This is more than a recording. This is energy that's not released often. Most of your enemies can only take portions. Something that consumes your competition with exhaustion. All you need is 2 minutes, dude, in it, 1 round. This is the rundown, Shaolin at sundown. Showed up the jungle just to rumble and you run now. Improve your technique while your people try to run wild. This is Point MMA. Champions don't sit and play unless you fight sweeter than Chick-fil-A's lemonade. Don't be nervous, many men have been afraid. Time for a change, see the difference a minute made. Lyrical renegade, I do it for the culture. Filled with more energy than Iron Man's repulsors. Strap on your gloves, we gon' show you who the boss is. Time to learn your lesson, don't forget your true culture. Your body hits harder. You never seen someone who fights like this, like this. You better think smarter if you ever really plan to fight like this. How you technically, 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 better roll with the punches and handle the hits to be the last man standing with a championship. So many slaps and grapples and damaging kicks. You want a second guessing if they just can manage the mix. Touch gloves and bow right after the gong. Fireballs in the palms, electric glows from the arms. What I envision when I'm making a song is I want this thing forever like I'm Drake and LeBron. You dig in the trenches and hustling, working and hoping that this song for certain is not the extended version. But it will not stop me, cause probably the price to stop is too costly. Making your head rock from the lockers to the car seat to the corporate office lobby. Leather interior inside the Ferrari. Cars we causing kamikaze. These are apologies for sorry. Are we here to battle? Or are we taking on zombie armies? Fighting like Chuck Norris and Bruce while training these players like Vince Lombardi. Hey, hey, your body hits harder. You never seen someone who fights like this, like this. Hey, hey, you better think smarter.
Welcome to Shark Tank. My name is Scott. We're going to be doing wristbands about 15-20 minutes. So this is where you should be to get a wristband. Looking at the line now, I promise you everyone will get a wristband. There's no reason to start freaking out. If you're a Kingonomics attendee, if you've paid to go to the Kingonomics conference, you don't have to wait in this line. You can go inside to room D. They have nice coffee for you, croissants, as in DC. Okay. Huh? Yeah, so room D, if you're a Kingonomics attendee, they have
hit show, Shark Tank comes to D.C.
And people lined up around the convention center today. Some of them got in line on Wednesday to pitch their ideas. Steve Shinavy joins us with all the Shark Tank excitement.
Yeah, we found a few things that could have fit in that Batman utility belt. No shortage of ideas as part of this week's Kingonomics Summit. It uses Dr. Martin Luther King's economic teachings to promote entrepreneurship and innovation. As part of this, ABC's Shark Tank set up shop today at the convention center, looking for a few new ideas from the D.C. region.
Spot on Shark Tank. We got the scoop on how to make a successful pitch.
Have energy, be excited. Personality goes a long ways. The Sharks are people. They're not just looking at numbers. They buy into you just as much as they buy into your business or product.
And they'll fight each other for a piece of the action.
As for the Sharks, they actually have no idea what pitches they'll be hearing.
I don't think people realize the only thing we know when they walk into the Shark Tank is their first name. It's not easy because you're making big decisions for a lot of money, and it's our money.
The auditions are just part of the larger Kingonomics Summit, scheduled around the anniversary of the March on Washington to help minority business owners. Laurel, Maryland's Willie Johnson pulled no punches with his family-friendly MMA pitch.
Rather than reinforcing the violence that we see plaguing our society, how can we take something that everybody loves and bring it and make it safe?
Wow, Dee's fortune.
Shark Tanks, I'm coming after you guys.
Joining me is billionaire entrepreneur Mr. Mark Cuban.
We're at the Kingonomics Conference in celebration of entrepreneurship and the 50th anniversary of the Martin Luther King March on D.C. And it's a unique opportunity for Damon and I to help minority entrepreneurs understand the American dream and get fired up about starting companies, running companies, and hopefully making some money.
Information is the most valuable commodity. The Kingonomics Conference aims to give entrepreneurs, primarily minority entrepreneurs, access to capital and information on how to build a successful business. I'm somebody who benefited off of supporting of minority entrepreneurship, and now I can help others.
Damon, thank you.
Welcome to Shark Tank Casting.
Thanks for having us here.
Maybe not everybody knows. The Sharks have nothing to do with who comes on the show.
What's the name of your company? How much you're looking for?
We are here at the Kingonomics Conference. We're looking for great businesses, great products, great ideas for Shark Tank.
Everybody can be part of the American dream.